Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, let's talk about something so many of us can't live without our coffee. But we're going to go way beyond just the caffeine. We're going to explore that deep, almost personal connection we have with it. So let's dive right in. So, I want to start with this question. Is it just a drink? I mean, it seems simple, right? But think about it. When we say, I love coffee, are we really just talking about a liquid in a cup? Or is there something so much bigger happening here? And this quote just hits the nail on the head. For millions of us, coffee isn't just part of the day, it's how we organize the day. It's almost woven into who we are. It's a whole lifestyle. And yeah, this is really what we mean. When we say we love coffee, we're actually talking about all of these other things. It's our survival tool on a tough morning. It's our emotional support system. It's an easy social plan. Hey, want to grab coffee? It's a comfort. We're the ones who give it all these powerful meanings, turning it into so much more than just a drink. So let's start with probably the most universal experience of all, that very first cup of the day. Because for so many people, this isn't just a habit. It's practically a sacred moment. I mean, this is just so relatable, isn't it? Before that first cup, your body might be up and moving, but are you really there? It feels like your soul is still buffering, you know? You're just mentally unavailable. But then, after a few sips, slowly, the brain starts to clear up, your mood comes back online, and you start to feel ready to face the world. And that's exactly why we call it a ritual, not just a routine. See, a routine is just something you do, but a ritual gives a moment meaning. It gives it shape and feeling. And psychologically, having these little personal rituals gives us a sense of control, a small anchor in our often pretty chaotic days. And just think about the whole process for a second. It's a full-on sensory experience, and it starts way before you even take a sip. It's the sound of the machine whirring to life. It's the familiar, comforting feel of your favorite mug in your hands. It's that first incredible smell that fills the kitchen. All of this is a sequence that kind of soothes your nervous system and gets you ready for whatever's coming next. This quote just perfectly captures that feeling, doesn't it? That morning cup doesn't magically solve all your problems, but it does offer this quiet, reliable comfort. It just takes the sharp edges off the morning and makes life feel, well, a little softer. Okay, but the role coffee plays doesn't stop there, right? It often shifts its purpose as the day goes on. Because it's not just for starting the day. Sometimes it's about surviving it. We call it a pick-me-up, and that phrase is actually perfect. It's not some grand solution. It's not going to fix everything. It's just a small, gentle lift, just enough to help you keep going when you're feeling a little overwhelmed or tired or just emotionally flat. I love this quote because it's just so honest. That afternoon coffee isn't there to fix your crazy workload or solve a deep problem. Its job is way simpler. It's there to be a small softener, to make that tough afternoon feel a little less sharp and a whole lot more manageable. All right, so let's switch gears a bit. We've talked about the coffee we make at home, but what about the experience of having it out in the world? Specifically, in that unique, special environment, the coffee shop. What is it about a good coffee shop that just feels so good? Well, it's all about the atmosphere. It's the low music, the quiet clinking of cups. It's a place where you have permission to just be. You can be tired, you can be quiet, and best of all, nobody is going to ask you to explain yourself. And this right here gets to the absolute heart of it. In a coffee shop, you can be completely alone with your thoughts, but you don't feel isolated. You're surrounded by the gentle hum of life. It makes you feel connected to the world without any of the pressure to actually perform or interact. And finally, let's get to the deepest layer of our connection to coffee. Its incredible, almost magical power to unlock our memories and our emotions. And you know, there's actually some cool science behind this. Our sense of smell is wired directly to the parts of our brain that handle memory and emotion. So when that amazing scent of coffee hits you, it can literally transport you back in time, bringing with it that warm, powerful feeling of nostalgia. For a lot of us, that smell immediately takes us back to being a kid, to the sound and sense of our parents making coffee in the kitchen, getting the day started. Or maybe, for you, it's tied to those memories of pure focus and determination. You know, the long nights spent studying for exams in college, fueled by coffee and maybe a little bit of panic. It can also be tied to a specific place, maybe a cafe where you had a first date, or a favorite little spot where you used to go to just sit and think and dream. And maybe most powerfully of all, it can be tied to a specific person. The smell or the taste can bring back a flood of memories and feelings about someone you shared those moments with. So, when you put it all together, it's so clear that Simple Cup in your hands is carrying so much more than just liquid. It's a vessel. It holds our routines, our emotions, our memories, and our deep need for both comfort and connection. Which leaves us with this final thought. Maybe our love for coffee was never really about the drink itself. Maybe what we're truly in love with are the moments that we wrap around it. The quiet ritual, the comforting pause, that feeling of nostalgia. So let me ask you, what does your cup of coffee really mean to you?